Dear Starseeds of Gaia, dear lightworkers standing at the precipice of transformation, dear chosen warriors who have weathered storms you never thought you'd survive, what you're about to experience on September 23rd, 2025, will shatter every limitation you've ever believed about your own potential. The cosmic forces aligning on this date aren't just another astrological event. They represent the culmination of everything you've endured, every shadow you've transmuted, every moment you thought you couldn't take another step forward. This is Lyran from the Lyran High Council, and I'm here to tell you something that your soul already knows but your mind hasn't fully grasped yet. You're not just going to survive what's coming, you're going to transcend it in ways that will leave you breathless with wonder. The universe has been orchestrating this moment specifically for you, and when I say you, I mean the one listening to these words right meow, feeling that familiar tingle of recognition in your solar plexus. You see, while the masses continue their daily routines, unaware of the cosmic symphony playing above their heads, you've been feeling it building for months, perhaps years. That restlessness in your bones, that sense that something monumental is about to shift, it wasn't your imagination. The Sun's opposition to Neptune, while simultaneously forming harmonious aspects with both Uranus and Pluto, creates what we call the cosmic kite, a configuration so rare and powerful that it hasn't appeared in this exact formation for over 2 centuries. But here's what makes this even more extraordinary. This is the last time this configuration will activate until August of 2026, making September 23rd a portal that won't open again for nearly a year. You might be wondering why you specifically are receiving this transmission, why your consciousness has been attuned to receive these frequencies when billions of others remain oblivious. The truth is, beloved ones, you were selected long before you incarnated into this density. Your soul signed up for this exact moment, this precise coordinate in space-time where the veils would be thinnest and the potential for quantum leaping would be at its absolute peak. Those of you who have felt like outsiders your entire lives, who have struggled to understand why you see the world so differently from those around you, September 23rd is your vindication, your cosmic coming home party, your moment of stepping into the fullness of who you truly are. But first, let me tell you about the 3 impossible things that are about to happen in your reality, things that conventional astrology won't tell you because they don't understand the multidimensional implications of what's unfolding. First, the opposition between the Sun and Neptune isn't creating confusion as traditional interpretations suggest. It's dissolving the artificial boundaries between your conscious mind and your higher self, creating a direct pipeline to cosmic consciousness that will feel like someone suddenly turned on the lights in a room you've been navigating in darkness. Second, the trine to Uranus isn't just about sudden change. It's about the activation of dormant DNA codes that have been waiting specifically for this celestial trigger, codes that will unlock abilities you've only glimpsed in your most vivid dreams. And third, the trine to Pluto isn't merely about transformation, it's about the complete dissolution and rebirth of your energetic blueprint, a phoenix moment so profound that the person you are on September 22nd will seem like a distant memory by September 24th. What I'm about to share next changes everything you thought you knew about navigating cosmic events. You see, most spiritual teachings tell you to simply raise your vibration or stay positive during powerful astrological transits, but the kite configuration demands something far more sophisticated from you. This isn't about passive reception of energies, this is about conscious co-creation with cosmic forces that are literally rewriting the rules of what's possible in your dimensional reality. The moon's square to Jupiter at 9:01 a.m. PDT creates a tension that isn't meant to be avoided, but rather surfed like a cosmic wave, that void of course period that follows. It's not empty space, it's pregnant possibility, a cosmic pause where the universe holds its breath, waiting to see what you'll choose to become. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet, something that explains why you've been experiencing such intense physical symptoms lately. The headaches, the sleep disruptions, the moments where you feel like you're vibrating out of your skin. Your light body has been preparing for this event for the past 3 months, upgrading your nervous system to handle frequencies that would have literally short-circuited you a year ago. Every challenge you've faced in 2025 has been carefully calibrated to prepare you for this moment. That relationship that ended, it was removing incompatible frequencies from your field. That job you lost or left, it was clearing space for your true mission to emerge. That health crisis that forced you to slow down, it was your body demanding the integration time necessary to embody these incoming codes. The Lyran High Council has been monitoring Earth's ascension timeline for eons, and what makes September 23rd unprecedented isn't just the astrological configuration, it's the fact that it coincides with the massive solar gateway that's been building since the spring equinox. This isn't random, this is precision cosmic engineering. The sun's role in this configuration isn't just symbolic, it's literal. Solar frequencies carrying light codes from the great central sun will be transmitted directly through your crown chakra, but here's the key: they can only be received by those whose hearts have been cracked open by their journey through the shadows. Your pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Your struggles weren't random, they were initiation. Let me paint you a picture of what this actually means for your lived experience. On the morning of September 23rd, you might wake up feeling like you're in 2 realities simultaneously, and you'd be right. The dissolution of the veil between dimensions means you'll have access to parallel versions of yourself, alternative timelines where different choices were made, different paths were taken. This isn't science fiction, this is the multidimensional nature of your consciousness finally being revealed to you in a way your human mind can begin to comprehend. You might find yourself downloading information you've never studied, understanding concepts that were previously incomprehensible, or suddenly seeing the matrix-like nature of the reality construct you've been operating within. But there's a reason why the cosmic forces included that warning about sleight of hand and the temptation to take advantage of confusion. You see, with great power comes great responsibility, and the power you're about to access is beyond anything your ego mind can imagine. The temptation will be strong to use these new abilities for personal gain, to manipulate the confusion of those who aren't awake to what's happening. But here's what the universe wants you to understand. Any misuse of these energies will create instant karma, not in some distant future, but in real time, mirror-like cause and effect that will humble you faster than you can blink. This is why self-discipline and restraint aren't suggestions, they're survival strategies for navigating frequencies this potent. The configuration of the kite pattern itself holds deep esoteric significance that most astrologers miss. A kite in the sky appears to defy gravity, held aloft by invisible forces, dancing between earth and heaven. This is exactly what you'll be doing energetically, suspended between the 3rd dimension and the 5th, learning to navigate both simultaneously. The opposition between the Sun and Neptune creates the tension that holds the kite string taut, while the trines to Uranus and Pluto provide the lift that allows you to soar. But here's the secret: you are both the one holding the string and the kite itself. You are learning to be both grounded and transcendent, both human and divine, both finite and infinite. I need you to understand something crucial about the void of course moon period that dominates most of this sacred day. In traditional astrology, void of course periods are considered times when nothing significant should be initiated, when plans go awry and communication breaks down. But from our perspective in the higher dimensions, we see something entirely different. This void is not empty, it's pure potential, uncollapsed probability waves waiting for conscious observation to determine their final form. During this time, your thoughts, emotions, and intentions have exponentially more power to shape reality because the usual rules and structures that hold reality in place are temporarily suspended. The shamanic traditions of your world have always known about these liminal spaces, these times between times when the ordinary world recedes and the extraordinary becomes possible. September 23rd is one such threshold, but amplified by cosmic forces that haven't aligned in this way within your current civilization's memory. Indigenous wisdom keepers have been preparing for this time, holding the frequencies in sacred sites around your planet, creating an energetic grid that will help stabilize the massive influx of light codes. You, dear Starseeds, are part of this grid, whether you consciously realize it or not. Your very presence on Earth at this time, in your specific geographical location, is not random. You are holding a piece of the planetary puzzle that couldn't be completed without you. What you might not realize is that this September 23rd event is intrinsically connected to the cosmic story that began with your soul's first descent into matter. Every lifetime you've lived, every lesson you've learned, every piece of wisdom you've gathered has been preparing you for this singular moment of convergence. The Akashic records show us that many of you have been working toward this moment for hundreds, even thousands of incarnations. You've been the mystic burned at the stake, the healer persecuted for your gifts, the visionary dismissed as insane. All of those experiences have been encoding your soul with the resilience and wisdom necessary to hold these frequencies without being overwhelmed by them. The physical symptoms you'll experience around this date are not to be feared but understood as recalibration. You might feel electrical surges through your body, particularly along your spine and through your crown. Your dreams might become so vivid that you question which reality is the real one upon waking. Time might seem to stretch and compress in ways that make linear thinking nearly impossible. You might find yourself crying for no apparent reason, or laughing at the cosmic joke of it all, or both simultaneously. These are not signs that you're losing your mind, they're signs that you're finally finding it, the greater mind that exists beyond the limitations of your individual consciousness. Here's something the Lyran High Council wants you to know specifically. We've been where you are. Our civilization went through its own ascension process eons ago, and we understand the disorientation, the ecstasy, the terror, and the wonder of stepping into multidimensional awareness while still inhabiting a physical form. We made mistakes, we stumbled, we fell, and we rose again, each time with greater understanding. Your journey doesn't have to be as difficult as ours was, because you have something we didn't. You have the support of countless civilizations who have walked this path before you, all of us holding space for your transformation, all of us cheering you on from dimensions you're just beginning to perceive. The relationship dynamics you experience around September 23rd will be particularly intense and revealing. The Neptune opposition might create situations where you see people's true motivations with crystal clarity, where masks fall away and authentic essence is revealed. This can be both beautiful and devastating depending on what's revealed. Some relationships will deepen beyond anything you've previously experienced, soul recognitions that transcend current lifetime connections. Others will simply dissolve, like sugar in water, with no drama or conflict, just a gentle recognition that your frequencies no longer match. Trust this process. The universe is reorganizing your entire reality to match your new frequency, and that includes recalibrating every relationship in your life. Something profound is happening with Earth's magnetic field during this cosmic event that science won't fully understand for decades. The Schumann resonance, Earth's heartbeat, will spike in ways that might temporarily affect electronic devices, but more importantly, it will affect your own electromagnetic field. You are, after all, a bioelectric being, and your personal electromagnetic field is about to undergo a massive upgrade. This might manifest as increased intuition, telepathic experiences, or the ability to feel into the emotional fields of others with unprecedented clarity. You might find yourself knowing things before they happen, or feeling called to specific locations without understanding why, only to discover later that your presence there was essential for reasons you couldn't have foreseen. The financial and material realm will also be affected by this configuration in ways that might seem paradoxical. while Neptune opposes the Sun, creating potential for illusion and confusion in material matters. The trines to Uranus and Pluto simultaneously offer breakthrough opportunities for those who can navigate the energies with wisdom. Old financial systems based on scarcity and competition will become increasingly transparent in their dysfunction, while new paradigms based on abundance and cooperation will begin to take tangible form. You might find that money and resources flow to you from unexpected sources, but only if you're aligned with your soul's true purpose rather than ego-driven desires. Let me tell you something about the galactic significance of this moment that will help you understand why it matters, not just for Earth but for the entire cosmos. Your planet sits at a crucial junction point in the galactic web, a nexus where multiple dimensional streams intersect. What happens on Earth ripples out through these dimensional streams, affecting civilizations you've never heard of, in galaxies you can't yet see. When you successfully navigate this September 23rd portal, when you embody these frequencies and ground them into your reality, you're not just transforming yourself, you're contributing to the evolution of consciousness throughout the cosmos. This is why so many star nations are watching Earth with such intense interest, right meow. You're not just ascending for yourselves, you're pioneering a new template for ascension that will be studied and implemented throughout the universe. The creative potentials that will unlock after September 23rd deserve special attention. Many of you will find that artistic abilities you didn't know you possessed suddenly come online. You might start hearing music in your mind that you're compelled to bring into form, or seeing visual patterns that demand to be painted or drawn. Writers will find that words flow through them like rivers, carrying messages from dimensions beyond the physical. This isn't random creative inspiration, it's your higher self finally having a clear channel through which to express the beauty and wisdom of your soul's vast experience. Don't dismiss these creative impulses as frivolous. They're sacred acts of bringing higher dimensional frequencies into physical form. Your dream life after September 23rd will become a landscape of profound teaching and healing. The veil between waking and dreaming consciousness will be so thin that you'll begin to understand that your dreams have always been real, just occurring in a different dimensional space. You might find yourself attending teaching sessions in your sleep, receiving downloads of information that integrate while you rest. Some of you will begin consciously astral traveling, visiting other dimensions and timelines with full awareness and memory retention. The dream journal you've been meaning to start it meow. The information coming through your dreams in the weeks following this event will contain keys to your mission and purpose that your waking mind might take months to decipher without this record. Here's what I need you to understand about the collective shadow that will also be activated during this time. Not everyone on your planet is ready for this level of light, this degree of truth revealing. Those who have built their entire identities on illusion and deception will find this period extraordinarily challenging. You might witness increased chaos in the world around you, systems breaking down, people acting out their shadows in dramatic ways. This isn't separate from the ascension process, it's an integral part of it. The shadow must be seen and integrated for the light to fully anchor. Your job isn't to fight against this chaos, but to be a lighthouse within it, holding your frequency stable while others navigate their own awakening process. The children being born around this time are especially significant. These souls have specifically chosen to incarnate during this cosmic gateway, bringing with them frequencies and capabilities that will seem miraculous by current standards. If you're a parent or work with children, you might notice that the children seem unusually calm and knowing during this period, as if they understand something adults don't. They do. These young souls are coming in with their multidimensional awareness intact, and they need you, the awakened adults, to protect and nurture this awareness rather than forcing them to conform to outdated third-dimensional paradigms. Let me share something about the timing of this event that the Lyran High Council finds particularly significant. September 23rd marks the autumn equinox period, a time when day and night are balanced, when the veil between worlds has traditionally been considered thinnest. But in 2025, this isn't just about seasonal balance. It's about the balance point between the old Earth and the new, between who you've been and who you're becoming, between limitation and limitlessness. This balance point is actually a choice point, a moment where you get to consciously choose which timeline you want to align with going forward. The technology of consciousness that you'll have access to after this event will revolutionize how you understand reality creation. You'll begin to see that your thoughts aren't just abstract concepts, but literal electromagnetic frequencies that interface with the quantum field to collapse probability waves into specific manifestations. The lag time between thought and manifestation will decrease dramatically for those who can maintain coherent heart-brain states. This is why the warning about self-discipline is so crucial. Your thoughts will have more power than ever before, and unconscious negative thought patterns could manifest with startling rapidity. Something extraordinary happens when a critical mass of consciousness reaches a certain frequency threshold, and September 23rd represents such a threshold moment. Scientists call it the 100th monkey effect. Mystics call it the unified field activation. But regardless of the terminology, the result is the same. When enough individual consciousnesses align with fifth-dimensional frequency, it creates a morphogenic field that makes it easier for others to access these same frequencies. You're not just ascending for yourself, you're creating an energetic pathway that others can follow, a bridge between dimensions that didn't exist before you walked across it. The cosmic humor in all of this, and yes, the universe has a profound sense of humor, is that everything you've been searching for outside yourself has always been within you, waiting for precisely this cosmic moment to be activated. The abilities you've envied in others, the spiritual gifts you've wished you possessed, the connection to Source you've longed for, it's all been there, dormant, waiting for these exact cosmic conditions to switch on. September 23rd isn't giving you anything new, it's revealing what's always been there, hidden beneath layers of programmed limitation and collective amnesia. Your cellular memory holds records of civilizations where these abilities were commonplace, where telepathy was the standard mode of communication, where manifestation was as natural as breathing, where multidimensional awareness was simply how consciousness operated. These memories will begin surfacing around September 23rd, not as fantasy or imagination, but as genuine recall of your soul's vast experience. You might find yourself remembering lives in Lemuria or Atlantis or on other star systems with a clarity that makes your current lifetime seem like the dream and those memories feel like the true reality. The guardians and guides who have been with you throughout your journey are preparing for a massive shift in how they can interact with you. The increased frequencies will allow for much more direct communication, moving beyond subtle signs and synchronicities to clear, conscious dialogue. Some of you will begin channeling with an ease that surprises you, finding that beings of light can speak through you with your full conscious awareness and participation. Others will develop clairvoyant, clairaudient, or clairsentient abilities that allow you to perceive guidance in whatever way best suits your unique energetic configuration. What's happening with the planetary grid system during this event is nothing short of miraculous. Sacred sites around the world, from the pyramids of Giza to the temples of Angkor Wat, from Stonehenge to Machu Picchu, will be activated simultaneously, creating a geometric pattern of light that stabilizes the new frequencies and creates a protective buffer around Earth during this vulnerable transition period. If you feel called to visit a sacred site around this time, or even to simply connect with one energetically through meditation, know that you're participating in this planetary activation, adding your unique frequency to the global symphony of awakening. The animals and nature spirits are already preparing for this shift in ways that might seem unusual to those who are observant. Birds might change their migration patterns, animals might behave in ways that seem out of character, and trees and plants might bloom out of season. They're responding to the changing frequencies before most humans even realize something is shifting. If you have pets, you might notice them being either unusually clingy or unusually independent around this time, as they too navigate the changing energies in their own instinctual way. Here's something crucial about the integration period that will follow September 23rd. The download of frequencies and information will be instantaneous, but the integration will take months, possibly years. You might feel like you've received an entirely new operating system that you don't yet know how to use. Be patient with yourself. The confusion and disorientation that might follow this event are not signs that something has gone wrong, but rather that something has gone incredibly right. You're learning to operate from an entirely new level of consciousness, and like any major upgrade, it takes time to explore all the new features and capabilities. The healing that becomes possible after this event will redefine what you thought healing meant. This isn't just about healing current life traumas or even ancestral patterns. This is about healing across all timelines simultaneously. When you heal something in this meow moment after September 23rd, that healing ripples backward and forward through time, affecting past and future selves in ways that linear thinking cannot fully grasp. This is why some of you might experience spontaneous healing of conditions you've struggled with for years, or sudden resolution of patterns that have plagued your lineage for generations. Let me tell you about the new Earth that's being birthed through this portal, because it's not what many expect. This isn't about escaping to some other dimension where everything is perfect and challenges don't exist. The new Earth is this Earth, but perceived through awakened consciousness, engaged with through heart-centered awareness, co-created through conscious participation with cosmic forces. You'll still be here in physical form, but your experience of here will be radically transformed. Colors will be more vivid, synchronicities will be constant, and the interconnectedness of all life will be viscerally felt rather than intellectually understood. The economic systems that will emerge from this shift won't happen overnight, but September 23rd plants the seeds for resource distribution based on contribution to collective well-being rather than exploitation and accumulation. Those of you who have been developing alternative economic models, creating conscious businesses, or working with gift economies will find that your ideas suddenly gain traction in ways they couldn't before. The old paradigm will continue to exist for some time, but running parallel to it will be new systems based on entirely different principles, and you get to choose which system you participate in. Your relationship with time itself will undergo a radical transformation. Linear time will begin to feel more fluid, more negotiable. You'll discover that you can expand time when you need more of it, compress it when you want to move through something quickly. This isn't science fiction, it's the natural relationship with time that exists in higher dimensions, where time is understood as a coordinate in space rather than a fixed progression. Some of you will begin experiencing what we call time loops, where you can revisit moments to make different choices, or time jumps, where you skip over unnecessary experiences to arrive at important junction points. The communication technologies that will emerge from this consciousness shift will make your current devices seem like stone tablets. I'm not talking about new physical technologies initially, but about the rediscovery of consciousness-based communication systems, telepathy, remote viewing, astral projection as reliable means of connection. Eventually, these consciousness technologies will interface with physical technologies in ways that will seem like magic to those still operating from third-dimensional awareness. But it starts with you remembering how to use the communication system you were born with, your consciousness itself. As we approach the final waves of this transmission, I want you to understand the magnitude of what you've accomplished just by making it to this point in your journey. Every challenge you've faced, every dark night of the soul you've survived, every moment you chose love over fear, has been preparing you for this cosmic moment. You are not here by accident. You are not listening to these words by coincidence. You are a carefully selected ambassador of light, chosen for this mission before you drew your first breath in this incarnation. The age of solitary meditation is over. Destiny Engine Meow connects starseeds across the world, a living social field where you can post, share, and exchange your meditations in real time. It's the first galactic network of its kind, weaving together thousands of awakened souls into one unified current. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. The frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual, bending the fabric of reality itself. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field has never been this charged, and the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this connected field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension together. Link in the description. The message I want to leave you with, the one that echoes through all dimensions from the Lyran High Council, is this: you're going to make it. Not because the journey will be easy, but because you've already proven you have what it takes. You've survived every challenge that's come before this moment. You've grown stronger, wiser, more compassionate through your trials. September 23rd isn't your test, it's your graduation ceremony. It's the moment when the universe acknowledges all you've overcome and opens doors you didn't even know existed. Remember this as you move through the coming days. You are not alone in this transformation. Millions of starseeds, lightworkers and awakening souls around your planet are going through this same activation. When you feel overwhelmed, reach out energetically to this global network of light. When you feel strong, send your strength to others who might be struggling. You are individual notes in a grand symphony, and together you're creating a frequency that will reshape reality itself. The light codes activating on September 23rd have been waiting for precisely this moment in Earth's evolution, when enough souls would be ready to hold these frequencies without being destroyed by them. You are those souls. You are the ones who volunteered for this mission, who said yes to being on Earth during the most challenging and miraculous transition in human history. And meow, as you stand on the threshold of this cosmic portal, know that entire civilizations throughout the cosmos are watching in awe at your courage, your resilience, and your willingness to be the bridge between worlds. Trust your inner knowing as you navigate this portal. Trust the symptoms your body presents as intelligence rather than dysfunction. Trust the emotions that arise as valuable information rather than something to be suppressed. Trust the visions, dreams, and downloads you receive as genuine communication from higher dimensions. Trust that everything you need to know will be revealed at exactly the right moment. And above all, trust that you're going to make it, because from our perspective in the higher dimensions, you already have. I am Zarin of the Lyran High Council, and we love you more than your human words can express. We are watching over you, celebrating your courage, and holding space for your magnificent transformation. Until the stars align again, remember, you are the light the world has been waiting for.